Welcome to the 2024 Economic Preparation and Depression channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Monday, October 14th, 2024 edition. We're just going to be talking about the various losses that could be sustained by natural disasters as we round out this year, whether that's hurricanes, fires, floods, etc. There have been a couple of disasters that have just spent a lot of money between FEMA and other local and state and non-governmental organizations to prepare for this season. It's been a big season monetary-wise. Gold prices continue to go up, and inflation appears to be under control here. So we have to figure out if inflation is under control for real, or is it just more of hype and kind of, superfluous information. So thank you for joining me once again. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel, Preach to Me, for the latest interpretation of financial news. I'm not a financial advisor, but I interpret financial news as it becomes available. So right now you're looking at Hurricane Milton. Came through last week and caused as much as $175 billion in damages, according to early estimates. And remember, we had Hurricane Helene the week before that took its toll on the folks in western North Carolina and Appalachia. So our prayers and thoughts are with both communities as they recover from this storm, and those who also possibly lost lives, either in flooding or trees falling on them or some other kind of events that have been happening throughout the states from Florida to North Carolina. So Milton is providing a once-in-a-century potential to cause damage of more than $50 billion. Ironically, with Milton, they had storm surge. It wasn't as bad as predicted, but at the same time, they had a lot of tornadoes down there that cost lives down there on the east coast of Florida, Palm Beach Gardens, Port St. Lucie, and Martin and Lucie County up there by the Turnpike. Just all over it caused damage, and that's very interesting to see during these storms here. So these storms are going to be another backbreaker that we're going to have to print up more money to sustain these losses, insurance losses. And insurance premiums are only gone up in Florida. As you know, the homeowners insurance has gone up, and other insurance, property taxes have gone up. But these damages are just going to continue, whether it was one storm or several storms. And that's going to be the wild factor. One of the wild cards in this economy is how folks are going to rebuild all of this on the beach. I'm sure you can't rebuild lives, but at the same time, these properties cost a lot of money to rebuild, millions of dollars on the beach or elsewhere on these barrier islands, such as Lido Key and Sarasota Key and Siesta Key and all these places, Pine Islands, Captiva, Sanibel Island. These storms, they come in and they cause damage, in the millions and billions of dollars. And so this is going to cost a lot to rebuild, and these folks have to rebuild, and they're going to rebuild eventually, but it takes 4 or 5 up to 10 years in some cases to rebuild after these category 4 or category 3, category 4 storms come in, category 5 storm. So it makes a big difference in how it goes. But with prayers for them as they recover. Gold prices continue to move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Gold prices will continue to go up now amid China's stimulus hopes. China's economy is forecast to rise, as you know, more than 3 to 4% this year as we come to the end of this year. And gold prices are going up. Unfortunately, gold is still high. It's still above $2,600 an ounce, which is pretty high. And of course, silver is along for the ride. It's up above $30. But it's an investment, but it's not. You don't make money off it. I still think gold and silver is they say it's supposed to protect and hedge your wealth, but it's just not really. It doesn't move as much. As the crypto markets, or say just having cash or having investments in real estate where you can actually get some income off it, off your investments. That's the only thing about gold and silver right now. You still have to trade it in for another currency or some other type of store of value to actually, it's not as liquid. So, but in any event, the gold is going to be rising here along with everything else. And U.S. inflation data fuels a 25 basis point rate cut in November, supporting gold's bullish outlook. So they're expecting a 25 basis rate cut in November, a 25 basis rate cut in December. So we're getting 2 rate cuts here coming up soon. It's still weird, like I said, that we're cutting rates and the economy's, at least the Dow Jones and all that, supposed to be supposedly booming. It's over 40,000, and jobs is over 200,000 jobs created a month, they say in the media. So it's weird that we're cutting rates in an expansionary economy, but this is what's going on here. And you can see the charts here: gold above 2604.39, and it's heading toward the 2645 mark. And they think it's going to continue to go up along with these announcements here, as we see. So we'll see what happens with that. Inflation continues to persist here. Americans are feeling the pinch here. We're feeling it at the grocery store, at the malls, online with taxes, online for purchases. We're feeling it in a number of ways here as we head toward the November season, election season, and all of that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But look, the thing is that the prices are here to stay. Greed is one of the main factors of this inflation, whether it's the port strikes, begging for more money on the ports, and that only lasts, like a day, less than a day or two, and, they're back to work. They at least temporarily. They said just holding out for more money. And then also, we've got greed from the owners and the big businessmen, the monopoly owners, the monopoly companies that are just, they can charge whatever they want. They have no competition in the market, in any of these Western markets, UK, America, Europe, Australia, you name it. There's no competition. It's big 3 or 4 or 5 players who are selling most of these goods and products, and they can charge whatever they want. And the consumer financial bill is there, but they don't really do much to protect us ordinary Americans like they used to back in the past, back before 1930 and 1940. So the price index is, they said they moved it down to, the inflation is down to 2.3%. The target goal right here, the annual rate of change since 1970, here you can see it's down to 2.4%. But numbers can be manipulated. Prices can be manipulated, but what's actually out there physically cannot be manipulated, and that's in terms of the goods and services that we see on the shelves that we buy for our car, our household, paying our bills. We can see our bills ticking up ever so slightly, especially as we head toward winter time and heating season for many of us in the Northeast and the upper Midwest. Those costs are going to be going up this year, and possibly, and also this forecast to be a more colder winter, I believe, according to Farmer's Almanac. So these high inflation, housing inflation, is another thing that is going to be going up too. Shelter, they know they can charge these companies that build these large apartment complexes and large townhome complexes and large Airbnb rental type places. They know they can charge whatever they want because there's only about 6 or 7 major home builders in the United States that build all these places, and so they continue to drive up the cost of everything, because once housing goes up, and everything else goes up too as well. But in spite of that, risks continue to persist, ladies and gentlemen. We have risks coming up in terms of oil prices, even though it's going down right now as we head toward the winter. But oil prices could be going up majorly, especially if there's more conflict in the Middle East or conflict in Africa or Asia. We could be seeing this go up as well, even in wintertime, especially after the election. So be on the lookout for that as well. Continue to prepare. Thank you for listening today. Have a great holiday weekend if you have it off today. If you don't, God bless you for all that you do today. For all of our peoples around the world. Talk to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.